Oi oi, blokes and blokettes, how are we all doing? In this video, I paint the insides or the undersides of the front wing and the bonnet. These are the pieces that are not going to be seen, and I'm painting them to provide some extra protection, and also it allows me to paint the shuts, the edges of the panels, and make it easier for whoever's going to be painting her to put the finished coat on. I am not going to be painting her. I have somebody in mind, somebody that's very kindly offered, and I'm just waiting for them to respond to their DMs, and I'll be shipping her off for the top coat, finish coat, and also to be put completely back together. There's just two pieces that I'm waiting on, the front grille, and then there's a bump strip, a flexible piece of plastic that goes underneath the front bumper. I'm hoping that I can find these used, and if not, I'll have to go to Ford. It's a shorter video today. You're going to come along, watch me spraying and getting high with some rattle can paint, and then loosely fitting the bonnet and the wing, and maybe the headlights, and maybe the front bumper. We'll have to see. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy the content, please make sure to tap the like button. So, you are going to come along with me via the kitchen, where I'm going to pick up my tea, and then we're going to start on Fiona. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I'll see you very soon. Just know this, there is always a brew on at my house. I wish it was possible to share the aroma of this tea with you. It is absolutely fantastic. Thanks, tea. Watcher, Blokes and Blokettes, you're through to Oi Works. I'm the Baldy Brit Bloke, and this is my YouTube channel. Oi oi! Oi oi! Please subscribe, please like, please comment, please share. Oi oi! I won't be doing much talking while I do this because the central air, the furnace room is just here, and it is way too noisy for the camera to pick up my voice over the roar of this. Anyone that's been following me for a while, since last winter, will know the score. I'm just going to put the bonnet on here, the front wing on that one, and spray the insides of them and the shuts. I'm going to drag them down now, I'll show you what I mean. Then I've got to get changed because these are too good to be painting in. See you in a minute. Now I'm not going to paint the bumper that is here, because painting the bumper, I don't want to get paint on the clips that snap together. I've had experience of putting too much paint on, and the clips don't clip in properly. I've just got to mask up these little certified parts stickers, and then I'm going to run over it with the Brillo pad and give it a light spritz of primer, and then hit it with the top coat. Shouldn't take too long, and I hope it won't take too long, because I want to go for a bake while this dries. This is what I mean by the shuts. I'm not too sure what they're called over here. I always understood them to be called shuts. So it's just the bits the edges that are hidden and the edges that are slightly seen. So I'll be making sure that the paint goes around here a bit, but I will not be painting the front. I'll be making sure that the paint goes around here a bit, but I will not be painting the skin of the front wing. I'll be making sure that the paint goes on this bit here, for example, but again, not the front. So all of this will be being painted, but not the front. And that's what I understand to mean by the shuts. It just allow whoever's putting the top coat on the outside of the panels to not have to go through the extra hassle of worrying about paint penetration into the areas that are more difficult to get to, because I've already done that. I'm going to put you back on the stand, I'm going to get changed, and let's get this boshed out. And here goes nothing.
The camera absolutely hates the light down here. So what I've done is I've taken the shine off, the gloss off, and it's back to matte. Just give something for the paint to grab onto. Inside of the bonnet, inside of the front wing, certification stickers covered up with masking tape. And now I'm going to sprinkle this with the primer, thicker on the edges where it's going to be seen. Oops, just got to cover these up to make sure they don't get too much paint on the threads. And I've grabbed the little bolts off Fiona's original hood for there, just so I don't get paint in those threads. Time for paint!
Oi oi, tricky dicky, football skills die hard. Bosh bosh, back of the net.
Alright people, I'm back in the game. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I left it for about half an hour, or maybe 40-45 minutes. It's not dried completely, which is exactly how I want it to be. Now I'm going to start on top coat. I love reading your comments. One of the comments the other week, somebody said they find watching spray painting therapeutic. I would just suggest that the person doing it, that's me, it's not very therapeutic, and I find myself levitating if I don't get out and get some cool, clean air, because this is fairly pokey stuff. But thank you for the comment, I appreciate it. Maybe somebody can invent smell-o-vision so you can actually get the fumes of it as well. Bet you never heard that before. You're getting there, people? Oh yes. I've got a brutal drip there. Whoosh! Not good. Okay, now I'm going to take you upstairs and show you what I've got to do on the brackets. It's the wing brackets mainly. I'm hopeful that I might get away with not replacing the bonnet hinges, but we'll have to see. Alright, I'm going to turn you off and then we're going to go into the garage.
Here she is, Sweet Peaches herself. I've got to replace that front intercooler again, that won't take 5 minutes. There was a dent under here, just in the centre, and there was also scratching here that you can see. It's not damaged, as in it's not leaking air or anything, but I thought I should change it anyway. So, this is the bracket I've got to bend back, and this little one here, this little one will be no problem at all. And then I hope that this hinge, the bonnet hinge, is okay. But this has got to be bent back to look like this. So it's not too much of a problem, thankfully. I'll tap it back into shape. Then I will remove this black sealant, and we can offer the wing up. Well excited, mega. So yeah, she's been in a smack before because this is primer, and it also looked like the hood had already been sprayed. So whoever was playing with her before was a bit rowdy. To start with, I'm going to remove this, just to make sure it doesn't foul the wing in any way, which I don't think it does, but rubber disc that I'm using is actually meant for removing stickers and sticker adhesive. It's not very effective on this, but it is smoothing it off. So that's progress as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to vacuum up quickly, and then I'm going to start bending this back and this. Let's see about bending this back. This little bracket. Flatten it somewhat, just so you can see what it is I'm doing. I've just got to flatten it because it's bent like this. It's gone back to where it should be, no problem. Just got to bend back a little bit more now. I expect I'll have to do a bit of jiggery pokery with both of them to get the wing to line up correctly with the hood. Can't be hammering for too late because it's almost 9 o'clock and I don't want to piss the neighbours off. I know how far it's got to go by comparing it to the other side, and it still has a way to go. It's almost there. I'm going to go and grab the bonnet and see how it lines up with that side, the passenger side. Depending on that, will depend on whether I change the bracket or not, the hinge or not, I mean. Alright, I got 2 hinges from Pick and Save, just in case. As I was saying, I'm going to put the bonnet on. I want to check it all lines up here okay, and once I know that that lines up okay, I'll be able to check if this bonnet hinge is bent, and if it is I can quickly whip that off and put a replacement one on, and that should bring it into line if it's out, and it should line up here then. So once I know that I've got the bonnet straight, using that side, then I can start messing around with the wing this side. This I think is going to need a little bit more straightening. It looks straight, but I'm going to have to tweak it backwards and forwards a bit. Going to grab the bonnet, bring it in, put it on, and stop talking about it and do it. These hinges, the hood hinges, bonnet hinges, sorry, to the English in me, are so fucking flimsy. This will be good. So I'm going to pop that hinge off, put a replacement one on, bring you over this side. Yeah, this side is really good. This side, I think I've just the hinge should fix it. The hinge will fix it. Come on. Gently. Okay, that didn't take too long, did it? So, let's zoom back. Well, it's certainly better, but there's still room for improvement. Oh, she looks amazing, doesn't she? Amazing. Gaps are good, because it still has to actually completely latch, so these gaps will be good. I have just noticed there's a very slight dent there, and it's affecting the round and the shape of here. It can be fixed, but it's not going to make it very easy to line up here just yet. And the other thing that's come to mind is I have seen some of the work of the bloke I'm hoping to use to do the bodywork, where he's offered to, and he's a perfectionist, which is amazing. So I'm feeling that whatever I do is not going to be good enough for him. So I'm going to put the other wing on just to make sure that this bracket and this bracket are as near as damn it. And I'm not going to put the inner wheel arch on, the plastic wheel arch, I'm going to leave that off, because it may be that he'll want to take all of this off again anyway. So I'll shut up waffling. I'm going to put this front wing on, and then I think I'm going to call it a day and get this out on video tomorrow. Alright. Don't laugh. What a disaster. The next thing I've noticed is there's got to be a hole drilled here. Let's do this. Well, that's a bit better. Now, just that slight adjustment. That's awesome. Oh, are we looking good or what? Apart from my terrible paint job, we're getting there, people. We are getting there. Alright, well, I'm going to call that a day for this one. Alright, she's slowly getting there. Slowly but surely. So the piece that I'm waiting for is the front grille and then the bump strip that goes along underneath here, and they're the last two pieces, I believe. And that, blokes and blokettes, is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy the content, please make sure to tap the like button, share, comment. It all helps the YouTube algorithms push my videos further up the chain for viewing. You know it makes sense, because Boy works. I'll see you all very soon. Toodle-pip.